What's up, guys? It's Brandon with Extreme Daily Drives, where we are always balling on a budget and wrenching in our garage. Check out the new garage. What do you think? It's a 2-car. What do you think of this floor, huh? It took me like a week to do it. It turned out pretty sick. Oh yeah, and check out the Prelude. Nice. Obviously, I've had a ton going on with the move. We purchased this townhome. We love it. We had to move in. I did all the moving myself, so I've been crazy busy over the last couple weeks. So I apologize for the holdup on the videos. However, I know I promised you guys an engine bay video, so let me go ahead and give you that now. Alright guys, check it out. Here it is. This is pretty much a finished project for the moment. We're going to go over everything that went on in here in a minute, but I want to give you a good look at it. I'm sorry if the lighting isn't the best. I still have lots of lighting to work out in here to give you guys a better kind of picture of what goes on in here, but yeah man, pretty sick. So let's go ahead and start in the front of the car. We have my eBay radiator that I polished in a previous video. And you know what? It still could use some love, but it looks a heck of a lot better than it did. Pretty happy the way it turned out. Does need a little bit more polishing, but it's in here. So it's in here along with our Cheetah Auto radiator kind of finishing caps that go on there. You may notice too, I got my VMS Racing kind of dress up washers around the perimeter of the fenders, as well as the front in here, and also on the hood latch, which I do need to paint, but that's another day. So I got my radiator overflow tank. Randy from Surratt Performance, the guy who painted the car, went ahead and bent up this sweet little, I hope you can see it good there, sweet little line, hard line out of brake line to go to the back of the reservoir. And we got everything fitted with some cool little fittings that we were able to get actually sourced locally, and I just love the way it turned out. It's pretty awesome. It is a little kind of like, but I got to figure out a way to stabilize that. But for now, it's in there, and it's in there pretty darn good. We got the OBX header. Everybody knows about that. Did polish that and hit it with some lemon pledge to give it that kind of golden hue. And it's been through a good amount of heat cycles by now, and really has held up pretty well. I like the way it looks. I'm not going to touch it. I'm just going to kind of leave it the way it is. And if it gets all gunked up, I'll repolish it someday and then hit it with lemon pledge again, but that turned out really nice. Down here we got our traction bar, so check it out. Kind of hard to give you a really good look at it, but as you guys know, it was a big struggle to get in there. It came with a big plate right down there that we cut the welds off of it and took the plate off. It was ugly. I went ahead and repainted the whole traction bar, and now it's beautiful. So you'll notice that there is no mount that typically goes here. Got rid of all that to give us this awesome clean look in the front of the car. So down here to the clutch slave cylinder, which looks like, does it have a leak? No. Okay. Anyway, yeah, that is mounted up there with our, I think, 4th gen braided clutch line there that we went ahead and tucked, hit as much as we can. We have our nice new fitting adapters from Wireworks. You guys saw me install that in previous videos and solder in, make that all nice. And then moving over to our 4th gen Integra intake tube. Got that mounted up with our Blocks air filter, which you guys have seen that in a previous video as well. And I actually made a little mount down there. Can you see it? So it's not hitting on anything. It's just, it's mounted. It's nice and secure. It's rad. If you guys remember previously, we had our fuse box here. That of course got removed and put underneath the dashboard. Actually turned out really well. We used to have ABS, which took up a ton of room in this section here. All that's been cleaned up and actually replaced by an Extreme Daily Driver sticker, which actually has clear coat over it. We put that on after the base coat and then sprayed it with clear. So coming over to this side of the engine, you can see my negative and power terminals that took place of, I think, AC lines. It was either AC or heat. I can't remember which one it was, but they did a great job. They do work, so I could actually jump a car off of this. They are alive and working. Down here, super happy the way this turned out. This is a grommet for a Civic. I forget what year it was, but Randy had it laying around and he said, hey man, this is going to work. So I actually just got this mounted the other day. It's been on the car for a long time, but just kind of flopping around. I got these nice little pan bolts on there. Got it mounted. Turned out great. And all my wiring of my harness is kind of hidden. Love the way it turned out. So real excited about that. And everything works, so you know, can't go wrong there. Here's a good look at my relocated proportionating valve off of a Civic. Turned out awesome, and my favorite part about it is that it totally works. So I had my doubts about my flaring ability and everything else when doing these brake lines, but it really turned out well. Alright, moving over to the driver's side of the engine here. You can see all of this wonderful Downstar hardware that actually contacted Frank through IG, and he worked with me to get the right stuff in here so that these bolts are long enough so that they'll fit, so that they'll look beautiful. We got our innovative mounts, kind of hard to see because we got our 88 to 89 Prelude mount right here, kind of hiding everything, but you need to have this mount if you want to run innovative mounts, or really any kind of aftermarket mounts for the B21. If you have a 90 or 91, you're gonna need this mount from an 88 to 89. So got this installed. Engine looks sick. You guys have already seen the valve cover. Got the VMS Racing cover here to hide the wires and kind of just go with that gold theme. Moving on to fueling. So you guys remember my B16 fuel rail that I got off eBay, I was able to make fit. I just stuck a VMS Racing sticker on there because it just went there so perfectly. VMS Racing fuel gauge and a VMS Racing fuel pressure regulator, which you guys saw me build this in one of my videos as well. Turned out great, no leaks. So continuing back here to the firewall, you guys can see how much bracketry and junk I did remove off this firewall. I mean, it is such a different looking car with this stuff removed. If you can't remember what I removed, you can either go back and watch the videos, or you can stick your head under your own hood if you have one of these third gen Preludes, and you will see the insane bracketry that goes on this firewall. So that's obviously all cleaned up, and let's talk about our tucked fuel filter down there. So this is an AN kind of kit here that I got from my boy JB from JBTUNED.com. Now this really is almost like a commercial for this guy, because this guy sent me this for free. It is the only free part on this car, and this guy is killer. Go buy his stuff, support him. He basically does this for fun, these fuel kits and everything else he sells on his website. Go to JBTUNED.com to pick this stuff up for your car. It's an insane kit. Again, fuel filter tucked away, comes underneath and around to the fuel filter, all AN lines. And then on the other side, coming off of the fuel pressure regulator and then back in underneath here. Such a clean kit, you can't do it any cleaner. And again, JBTUNED.com, go ahead and order yourself some stuff. Alright, so finishing up on the firewall, we got our S2000 master cylinder for our clutch. And if you guys haven't been following me on Instagram or anything, or watching my previous videos, you'll know that that thing fits, no spacer needed, works great. And then we have our painted brake booster, which I actually mounted upside down on purpose because I wanted to hide the vacuum line as much as possible. There's our vacuum line. Normally, that's right here. Flip the booster upside down and you can tuck it a little bit. All right, and then we got, of course, our standard or non-ABS master cylinder for our brakes. I got another video coming up in a day or two, and it's going to be about getting this car a little quieter than it is. Right now it's straight piped to an HKS super dragger muffler, and that's it. So we're going to go ahead and quiet this thing down, hopefully make it sound a little bit better. Right now it is really, really, really a loud fart can, and you know we can't have that. So that about does it for Underneath the Hood. Thank you so much for watching. Please hit that like button. Please subscribe. We have lots more that's going to be going on with this car. This is not a finished product by any means. It's going to go through a lot more changes in the near future. My goal with this, for this moment in time, was to make this respectable. In other words, I can go to a car show and not be embarrassed, not trying to win a car show, but just kind of fit in and be part of the group. Have something that I could be proud of and something that's worth showing off. So that's the current state. There will be more changes to come. So please subscribe if you love this car. If you love what I'm doing with this build, there's going to be lots more coming up with it. Hey, go to jbtuned.com, check out his website, order some stuff. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you next time.